Hey, have you been? It's been such a long time. What have you been doing? What have you been up to since this whole mess began? Hi everybody. My name is Richard Francois and today on the Astound Yourself dating show, we talk to singles and find out how they've been coping.
Oh my
Stick
gosh.
around. The suspense, right, Elaine?
I
Hello
know.
everybody. My name again is Richard Francois. I am your dating strategist, and with me today, I have my illustrious co hostess. What is your name, illustrious co hostess?
My name is Elaine Saunders. The
That's right,
illus
everybody.
the illustrious, not the illustrative, the
That's
illustrious.
not a word.
Well,
The
illustrative,
illustrious
that's the word, but
co hostess is here in the house with us, and I see some of you are in the house with us as well. If this is your first time watching the show, be sure to press the like button so you can see our show as they are. If you've been here before, say hello. We want to say hello to you. You can ask us some questions, make some comments. This is definitely an interactive show, so we want to get your questions or your comments involved tonight. We are going to be on for the next half hour, and we have with us, joining us soon, two singles who are going to be sharing with us what they've been up to since March of last year. You know what happened March of last year, of course. The world has never been the same. So we're going to talk to them and see, have things been the same for them or have they been not the same? And if so, how not? And I'm in on the conversation. If you're single, we want to hear from you about how things have been for you since March of last year. And if you're not single, okay, fine, you can chime in also. Elaine, anything else before we bring our wonderful guest on?
I want to know, did anybody miss us last week?
That's a good question. Did you all
I
even
mean,
notice we weren't here
crickets,
last
crickets.
week?
Did anybody even miss
Hmm?
us? Did we miss us? Were we here? We weren't here last week.
Well,
No.
Carla says she missed us, so that counts for one. 2 points for you, Carla.
Carla missed us.
2 points for
I
you.
missed
Carla wins
myself.
some points. You missed yourself. Well, that's kind of hard to do when you're with yourself all the time. But hey, to each his own. I won't judge you too
Here,
harshly.
I
You can
miss
miss
being on
yourself.
the show. How's that?
That's
Is
true.
that
I
good?
miss being on the show too. I'm glad we
I
are
miss you.
back.
I
I'm
miss
glad we are back.
you, Richard. You.
Me?
You.
Oh, well, thank you, Elaine. I'm happy to have been missed. Now, Elaine, you want to introduce our first guest? Tell everybody who we have on a
Yes.
little bit?
Yes.
All
We
right.
have, who should we introduce first? We have, I love this
I
lady.
think we should go with tradition and do the whole ladies first thing. Why
Yes, I was
not?
going to say this lady. We're going to introduce our lady first. She is a fan of our show. And people
Big
might
time,
be a
yes.
little might be aware of her because they might see her doing a little shout out to us when we come on. This is
Mm-hmm.
one of the Tammys. We have Tammy Lambert today. Let's say hi, Tammy.
Tammy Lambert in
Tammy,
the house. We need some
woo!
drum
Hello.
Tammy. We're gonna do a special edition of the Tammys. It's gonna be a Tammy show. We're inviting all our Tammy fans, but the other Tammys couldn't make it tonight. So you're our sole Tammy tonight.
Okay.
Well, thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for breaking away from that air traffic controller job of yours.
I
And
know. It's the only way you can hear me is if I put these on.
that's awesome. Thank you so much. You look adorable, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
Looking good. The DJ, the air traffic controller. It's all good. You look like you have
So
your own
many jobs you
podcast
could
in the
have with
show.
those headphones.
She's got
No,
she's a serious podcaster.
no.
No? You broke out those just for our show. I could tell.
I know. Yes, I did. I can hear you. You can't hear me without these on.
What? What'd you say? No, it's awesome. Thank you so much for coming on tonight. Welcome aboard. How's it feel?
Weird.
Nah, it feels just like you're just instead of watching at home, you're on. It's like,
I know.
remember when
I
you were
was
a kid?
getting all the alerts on my phone that you were live.
Yeah. Remember when you were a kid and you were watching television and you used to watch shows where people stepped into the TV
Oh
and
yeah.
you were on the
Yeah.
show? Well, that's what you just did.
Yeah.
You stepped in
Different.
and
Yeah.
there you go. Pretty cool. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. So, hey, everybody, this is Tammy and she's single. Just saying. Just saying. Just saying.
Single and ready to mingle.
That's right.
And we
So we'll
have a
talk more about
matchmaker
that.
in the
We'll
house
talk
in case anybody's
about
wondering.
that in a little while. So can I introduce the next guest as well?
Yes, let's go ahead and introduce the next guest.
Okay, the next guest we have a gentleman who, oddly enough, he denies it, but I think he might be related to the one, the only Mr. Rob Gronkowski, because you might see a resemblance. So I'm happy to announce, or my friend Steve agreed to come on the show. He didn't agree I could say that, but I'm saying it anyway because I think if you see him, when you see him, you might see a resemblance. Welcome, Steve. I'm not giving last names.
Hello, everybody. I think you're out of your
Hi,
mind.
Steve.
Isn't he adorable? Look at him. He doesn't
Thank
look
you.
anything like Mr. Gronkowski, does he? Nah.
Yeah,
You're
not
gonna
at
make him
all.
blush.
And he's single too, just so happens. Well, it is a
What a
dating show.
coincidence.
So we wouldn't
Two
want to have a
single
bunch of
people on a
married
dating show
people.
with a matchmaker?
Yeah, we don't want to have married people. That would be no fun. They'd be calling us something else. So thank you for coming on. You're a brave man.
You're welcome.
Not
No
that
problem.
we're going to put you through too much of the ringer, but you were like one of the few people who said, yeah, I'll do this. I'll do that. That's cool. It's not hard. Was it hard? It's not hard. This isn't
No, I have no shame. So
Let us be the judge, huh? Oh my goodness. Well, thank you. No, really, it does. I mean, if you've never done something like this before, we are live. So if you do something, if you put it out there, you can't get it back. So does that make you nervous? Now I'm trying to make you nervous.
I don't rattle easily. So
Cool. Well, those tequila shots we were putting down before the show helped, right? Just kidding. We didn't do that. All right. So, Richard, we
Yes,
have
Elaine.
two wonderful guests. This is the first time we've had guests on the show that came from our audience. It's like we picked you guys out of the audience, like a game show.
That's right. You're now the next contestant. Come on down. Dun-dun-dun.
Right. Remember, back in the
Price
60s.
is Right was on last night.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Should we start like trying to guess the cost of certain items in your background, for example? Look at that piano, Richard. How much you pay for that piano?
How much do you think?
We had that discussion
How much
before
is
we
it
were
to
live.
be worth? It's a
Yeah,
grand
right.
piano. It's got a stick holding part of it up, and it comes complete with a bench. What do you think?
It's out of my price
All right,
range.
enough about the piano. I'm
Okay.
sure the people watching want to know about our guests. So
Yeah.
let's ask our guest the first question. We've now been, 13 months since this whole fiasco started. What have you all been up to since things began? What's been different? What's been the same? Tammy, why don't you tell us a bit about what you've been up to since March of last year? Dum, dum, dum.
What I have been up to is I was still able to work, so I didn't miss any work, and just taking care of myself. Where you're stuck in the house and you can't really go anywhere or do anything, just making some lifestyle changes and working on me, and it's been successful. And now that we can get out and about, I'm going to keep going.
So, are you going to continue to work from home?
No, I'm
Yeah.
not working from home.
Oh, okay. You're not.
No, I did for about 2.5 months, a couple days a week.
Okay.
Otherwise, I pretty much was in the office, and I've been in the office since last June every day.
Gotcha.
So I didn't enjoy
Nice.
working from home, though. I didn't like it.
What did you not like about it?
Well, when you live alone, you're already home alone, and then if you add in the normal work days where you actually have interaction with other people, you didn't have that. The only thing I did like about it is I could stay in my PJs all day.
Nice.
No one saw me. It was just, did you work? And, shower at 5 o'clock at night.
Lot less
What
wear
is
and
it
tear
about
on the
PJs?
wardrobe.
What is it about PJs that's so appealing to
Just
everybody? It's universal. Everybody loves PJs.
your comfy clothes,
What's not
And
to like?
I got to watch The Price is Right every day.
Who knows what everything costs now?
Right now, you know how much everything costs. Even in the pandemic, you've seen the
I
prices
know.
go up. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Pretty soon they're going to start giving away free lumber on The Price is Right.
Oh,
Because that
geez.
stuff is expensive now.
No, no
Ridiculous.
kidding. If you can get it, it's
Right.
crazy.
Right. So you've been taking care of yourself. You've been working the same. Well, almost the
Yeah.
same. A little bit of working from home, but back to the office. What kind of work do you do, Tammy?
I work in the finance department, so I do like accounts payable and stuff like that.
You're a numbers person. I see.
Yep. 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 20 years I've been with the company.
Nice.
Long time.
Oh, nice.
That's impressive. Nobody does anything for 20 years anymore.
I've done
That's
something for
very
20 years.
impressive. So there we go. We have consistency. And you were telling us about something major that you accomplished over the last year. What was that? Speaking of self-care and all that stuff.
I
I found that very
have I just had a major lifestyle change, and I've lost a lot of weight and gained a lot of self-esteem, and just learned that I need to be truthful to myself and take care of me, and I come first, and get to that mindset where, finally can put myself out there and dating again now that COVID is not gone, but better.
It's
Now
better.
that it's nicer, you can go outside. You don't have to hibernate inside.
Thank God for that.
Yeah.
And we have somebody here who just made a comment with the 20-year theme. I'm trying to
Victoria,
pull it up, but I'm show me.
can you
So
read
Victoria
that?
said that she's worked at MGH for 20 years. So there we go. Somebody else who's done something for a long stretch of time. We can show that commitment and that steadiness. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Now, do you want to share how much weight you lost, or is that a secret?
Well, I can tell you, I've actually lost a total so far. I'm still going. 110 pounds.
110 pounds in 1 year. I mean, that deserves a virtual round
Well,
of applause.
thank you. No, it's been about a year and a half actually.
Still,
During any length of time, that's an achievement and a half. That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's
Yeah.
great. Great
that's
job.
impressive.
So
Congratulations.
I was on a lot of different medications, and my health was dwindling. And when the doctor says to you, do you want to leave your daughter parentless? She's already lost her dad.
Oof.
It kind of puts a little in the heart and
Wake up
kind
call.
of makes you be like, okay, my husband died of a heart attack. Do I want to? No. So let's not leave your daughter parentless.
That's an awakening.
It totally is.
Good for you. Good for you.
Thank you.
Wow. Well
It's a
done.
long haul.
Congratulations.
I still have a lot of way to go.
Well, you're a beautiful woman. I've known you for a while now, quite some time now.
Thank you.
And if I remember correctly, I've seen you do, kind of go a little up and down with your weight. But this is like is this an accomplishment for you?
It is. It is.
You've always been beautiful, Tammy.
No,
Always a
stop.
beautiful, really a very beautiful woman. Inside and outside, I've always liked you. Some people, you can't fix somebody's personality. Sometimes they are who they are. But
Yeah.
you're a sweet person.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You have a good energy about you. Always sweet, always smiling, always kind, always pleasant.
That sometimes is my downfall, though.
How so?
I'm too nice. I have a
Yeah,
problem saying no. I do.
Well, it depends on who you're saying no to and what for, but I get it. I know what you're talking about.
I'm too nice. I'm I tend to unfortunately be taken advantage of a lot because of my niceness.
Well,
So I've that's another thing that I've been working on. I need to take care of me.
well,
And if
Well,
it
very good.
doesn't,
For those
yeah.
of you who are looking to meet somebody who's nice and don't want to take advantage of her, talk to Elaine, and she'll put you in touch with Tammy.
That's
You
right.
got to
You
go
got to
through the
get through.
matchmaker. There's
That's
a
right.
way to do things.
Gotta
Talk to
get through my
Elaine. She'll
gate.
put you in touch with Tammy. Elaine will make sure you're nice and you're not going to be mean to the nice lady and take advantage of her because we don't support that here. But
No, we don't.
yeah, this is thank you, Tammy. Well done, very very well done. And so we're gonna give you a little break, and we're going to have Steve jump on and tell us what he's been up to. And I think somebody just flashed a comment who says "Boundaries." That's the title of a book that just made me think of. Boundaries is a great book that we'll talk about book recommendations if there's time. But Tammy, thank you for joining us. We're gonna just give you a little break, and we're gonna have Steve. We're gonna switch you and Steve places, and we're gonna ask Steve what he's been up to. Hello, Steve. Hello again.
Hello. How are you?
All right. So tell us what. Unless Elaine, do you want to ask Steve a question?
Where have you been all my life?
Busy.
Me too. Richard, you better ask this man questions. This may not go well.
I think it's going awesome. I'm just gonna watch.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You're not. Come on, Richard. Really.
I thought you had a question.
Me too.
Elaine.
For real. Okay,
You put me on the
it's very
spot.
easy, Elaine. Watch. Steve, what have you been up to for the past year?
Since COVID really hasn't affected my life that much. I didn't miss a minute of work. Actually, we staggered hours, so I was remote half the time. The best thing about it is I got to work in half the time. I actually kind of enjoyed it. But, other than the fact that your social life comes to a screeching halt, that was really the only effect that it had on me personally.
So it sounds like
What
will
kind
you?
of work do you do, Steve?
I'm a design engineer for this huge company. Our biggest thing is axle seals. So every car that's on the planet has a axle seal that's made at our company.
Every car, did you
to
say?
keep things from leaking.
Pretty
Car,
much, yeah.
vehicle, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're a huge conglomerate. They're into all kinds of other things. They own medical companies, all kinds of aerospace. Just a massive company.
So you're keeping the world safe one car at a time. Fine.
Somebody's got to do it, right?
Yeah.
Hey. So where's your cape? That's a pretty cool job.
Yeah, it can be a little monotonous. But I've worked in my field since 1982. I was in high school.
Oh my God! Somebody else has been more than 20 years or something, right?
Well, I've had.
You impressed Tammy. You should see her face. Tammy, like, whoa.
Another steady Eddie, right?
Yeah, but I change jobs a lot. I get bored, not learning anything. I move on.
See, look, Victoria thinks you look like Gronk too. I'm not the only one. You have to fight him. I'm gonna have to fight.
I've never ever heard that before.
Really?
We need to find Gronk and have the two take a picture together. We're gonna tell her that long lost brothers.
I think we could just start a whole new thing here. We'll have to. I don't know. We'll see what we could pull off.
You could
pull off a lot of
stuff.
stuff.
Have a side gig on the weekend of her being a Rob Gronkowski impersonator.
Yeah, like how like in New York City you have like Elmo and he makes people pay to take pictures. Well, we'll take you down to Boston and we'll make people pay us to take your picture with them in Boston.
Maybe
we have to make sure number 78, not 87.
I'll pull people up and say, "Hey, you want to get your picture taken with Rob Gronkowski?" We'll make tons of money. I'm very industrious, as you can tell. Well, I grew up in New York City, so we learned how to hustle, kind of.
Can
Anyway.
certainly do that.
Hustle dance, hustle, hustle. So, okay, ladies, you must have some questions. Give the goat a big hug for me. Oh, okay. The goat, meaning Tom Brady.
There you go. You've got a
Boy,
fan
are we
already,
really
Steve.
getting off topic here, ladies.
Hey, Victoria,
Seriously.
behave.
Victoria's really going off
If you
topic.
want a hug, you have to go. You want a hug from the goat. You have to go through
So,
through Elaine. But Victoria
Just-
wants you to give the goat a big hug. She wants you to go give Tom Brady a big hug as Gronkowski. This is great.
yeah, we'll have to wait for Halloween. We'll all dress up and go. What do you think?
There we go.
There you go.
Excellent idea.
We got our costumes all picked out. Too funny. So before the show started, we were talking a little bit about what your situation is like. So you've been you're a relationship person, right? Is that right?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
So not to put you on the spot, but you and I don't know each other all that well. We met at an event like a week ago and another event like a week before that. And if I remember correctly, you said before the show that you were in a relationship that kind of just ended right about the time COVID ended. So it was kind of like you said it was like a kind of a smooth transition, was it for you? Or that was Tammy? Am I getting you both confused with relationships ending?
I think that was Tammy. Tammy was more of a like the timing happened to be right with COVID for
Okay.
the relationship
Right,
with
for her.
Tammy.
Okay.
But Steve was in a relationship for 13 years, if I recall.
Okay.
And
Yeah, mine was toxic, and it just needed to end now.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry to get you mixed up. So not to put you on the spot. So that's a long time to go without dating. And then all of a sudden you're single and you're in the middle of a pandemic. I mean, the rules change. Like I just know from being in the industry that I'm in. And then all of a sudden you find yourself single after being married for a long time or being in a relationship for a long time. But not only are you single, but now you're in the middle of a pandemic as well.
Right.
So did you find that to be challenging? Did you jump right into the dating apps, or how did that work out for you? Or how you like mentally, how are you like looking forward to dating, or kind of like, oh, I'm going to wait until the pandemic's completely over? Or how do you feel about that?
Wasn't exactly looking forward to dating again. That's for sure. You
Yeah.
know, it's not fun.
Not jumping in the pool
Right.
with the ice cold water.
So, I don't really have a set plan.
Okay.
So I'm just kind of, on the sidelines lurking.
Okay.
It's like the more I look through these profiles and stuff, it's like I kind of don't want anything to do with this.
Okay. So it's not you're not encouraged. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's hard to be optimistic. People just demands what you can and can't do.
what are some of the demands you've seen, Steve? Give us a couple of the demands you've noticed that are like a theme, if you can think of some.
I think coming back into it originally was politics just plays such a huge part in it these
Oh my
days.
God.
Okay.
I understand if your core values don't align, that's not going to work, but that doesn't seem to just the impression I got from people was like there is no compromise here.
Right. Either you view things the way I view things, or you're a problem.
Exactly. That's
Okay.
the way these people came off to me. It's like there will be no compromise.
Well, it's
Politics
true
and dating.
that people have made that a sticking point on relationships. And I saw it happen in 2016 after that presidential election. I used to have that when I used to interview people about dating and what their, must have or deal breakers, let's say. Once a president was elected, I no longer asked the question. It was like, okay, we can move on with politics. But in 2016, it continued to be an issue that I had to address, because if I didn't know where somebody stood on their politics, I could make the mistake by matching them or introducing them with somebody who was going to repel based on politics, and it would be a bad situation. So it complicated things. It made my job harder. And that what you said, you hit the nail right on the head. Politics is a new thing that wasn't in existence. It wasn't an
Exactly.
issue until 2016. And
Well,
and
after the
it
show, what we're gonna
continues
do
to
is we're
be.
gonna ask you and Tammy who they voted
Mhm.
for, and if you both answer the same way, you can get married. See how simple this is?
Uh,
Well, Yvonne asked
Yvonne
no
asked,
compromise on anything or just politics, but the politics is a biggie. It is
Yeah.
it's a big one.
right. Yeah, compromise. You need compromise, or it's just not going to work.
Right,
You know, again, your core values have to align, but
right.
you know, if you won't tolerate this at all, what else won't you tolerate at all?
Well, you have to look at what happened in 2016. It was, it just nothing like that ever happened in our lifetime. So it changed the culture. It was a culture. It was a game changer. Everything was a game changer. So it changed the game of dating.
That's what it is, and I think like the Tinder apps, those type of apps, it just you have so many endless choices. You know, I think on
yes.
the Esther Perel video that you guys posted, where she talked about the paradox of
Excellent.
choice,
The paradox of
Yeah.
choice. Absolutely.
Right.
It's a thing.
and
It's
not
a
only
horrible thing.
right, not only do people like freeze up and not make a choice, I think the worst side of this is that my choices are endless. You'll do fine this month. Once the butterflies are gone, so are you.
Toodaloo.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, think about how hard it is for people to just select a show to watch because they have so many shows to watch on cable. And you take that and you make that same situation people's dating life. It's not great at all.
Very,
Yeah.
very,
What do you
very.
think, Tammy? I know we've
Right.
been talking to Gronk for a little bit here.
Right.
what do you have to add, Tammy? What has I know you haven't gone back into the dating scene yet. You're muted, so unmute yourself so we can hear you. I think you're muted.
No, she's
Oh,
muted.
you're not muted, but we can't hear you. That's interesting.
Hi, Renee.
Renee's saying hello to us. Hello, Renee.
Hi, Renee. Hi, Renee. I got my cousin Terry out there too. Victoria.
Was Renee on
Yvonne.
our show, or am I thinking of somebody else, Elaine? Was Renee on our show at some point?
She had been on our show once before, yes. And we've met Renee, Steve and I.
Okay. So Tammy, try now. We to see if we can hear you.
What the heck?
No, we cannot
This
hear
is one of
Tammy.
those. Can you hear me now?
Man.
Can you hear me now? And we can't. We can't hear you.
I wonder what
can we try
happened.
to lip read. So sorry. Type in the
It says your
comment.
mic is not connected for some reason on my end.
I don't know.
How about now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I unplugged and plugged back in. I don't know what happened. I forgot what your question was now.
I forgot too.
So boy.
Well, the question we were talking to Steve about his experience of the online dating apps so far, and I know you haven't gone back into dating yet, but we're wondering, is there any? Well, you said your friends are married, but from what you're hearing or seeing, what is there anything that you're not looking forward to or looking forward to when you start dating again?
I really don't want to go back to online dating. Just like Steve said, it's just, I did it probably 6-7 years ago, and I'm sure it's even worse now, than it was 6 years ago. I'm not in a hurry to go back to online dating. That's why I'm with Elaine, and she knows me and I know her, and I just, I went out last week for the first time to something that her and Lori put together for a trivia night, and
Music bingo, yeah.
I'm just saying to myself, I need the only way you're going to meet people is
Get out.
to get out.
Mhm.
And that's me getting outside of my comfort zone. To be honest, I always wished that a friend of a friend of a friend would introduce someone to me, and everything would be honky dory from there. But you're not going to meet someone if you sit home on the couch every night. So I went
No.
out last week for the
You're not.
first time, and just you just got to put yourself out there. But I'm shy. I really am, and I just kind of sit back and observe, and I probably look like I didn't enjoy myself, but I did.
Thank you. I feel much better now because I
I
kept
thought you
looking
were
over
having
at you and going, "Is she having fun? I hope she's having fun."
I know. I'm the type of person that likes to sit in the back row. I don't like to be in the front row. I like to sit in the back row and watch everyone.
Yeah, you're an observer,
You're the
Right. I
observer.
like exactly. Yes.
but you had fun. It was fun.
It was.
It's
It
nice
was.
people. The people there were nice, right? Everybody
Yes.
except
No.
Steve. Oh, he was here.
I
I
don't
didn't
think
know it. Oh, sorry.
Don't be mean to our guest, Elaine. I'll talk to her after the show, Steve. Don't
He
worry.
knows I'm kidding.
I'll browbeat her for you, Steve.
I will show up at the events and be disruptive if that's what you want.
Well,
Nice. There
you
we
throw your
go.
chicken in my to-go
Steve
box
knows
and
about
see what
that.
happens next, buddy.
I don't know. I'm
All you have
sorry.
to do, Steve, is wear a jersey that says number 87 on it. Don't say anything. And then wear a helmet with a mask
Yep.
on because you see you're obeying
Black
protocol.
under the eyes.
That's it. And don't say anything. Just walk around. Have your drink through a straw. And then just walk the party come to you.
Listen, you.
That's fun.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness. We have to plan something new soon. Something soon.
Yes, well, I suggested an idea. One thing we can do is we can go racing electric go-karts.
Yes,
That looks like fun.
it
I
does.
saw
It
your
was a
post.
blast.
Was it
was
really?
an absolute blast.
Host
Is
it,
it
and
ex-
Yeah,
host
we
it.
did 2 races.
Is it expensive?
Yes.
Yeah. See, for
Yes.
me, money's an issue. So
Okay.
it's you want to go out and do
Well,
things, but
That's
Maybe
why we
we'll
gotta
wait for a
find some
Groupon or something.
Yeah,
yeah.
we'll figure it out. Hey, Claudia's
Maybe
here.
we'll
Hi,
wait for a
Claudia.
Groupon.
So,
Claudia, you have to go back and watch the full show. We're about to wrap up.
you
It's
will. She can
8:03,
watch
so
the
we're about to
replay.
wrap up. Yeah. Well, we'll ask you backstage what you all thought of being on the show. Thank you both, Tammy and Steve, for joining us.
You guys
I
are
think
good
this went
sport. Thank
very
you.
well. As a
Thank
first
you for having
experiment,
me.
we have some
Thank
viewers
you.
engaging and saying hello.
It's fun.
So thank you for joining us. We'll have you just wait for us backstage. Elaine, now tell us where people can find you, you illustrious matchmaker. You're gonna have
I
some
know.
work. I see Steve is getting some
I
attention
know.
on here.
I know.
Tammy's
My
going to get
phone's
some
gonna be ringing
attention
off the
too.
hook tomorrow. I can
You're
see I'm
gonna
gonna
have
have
some
a
work
busy
for
day.
yourself. So, where
Busy
can
day.
they find you, Elaine?
I could be found on Facebook at Dynamic Introductions. I could be found on the World Wide Web at www.dynamicintroductions.com. And anybody can call me. I'm pretty easy to find. Google me. Call me. Find me.
Call her. She has one of those.
603-262-1560. Call me.
There you go. That is how you can find Elaine Saunders, the illustrious matchmaker. And if you're looking for me, my name is Richard Francois. You're a dating strategist. I love to work with nice guys. How do you know if you're a nice guy? If there is a lady you want to kiss, but she keeps giving you hugs and handshakes instead, you're a nice guy. That is
Call Richard. Call
one,
Richard.
that is one of the symptoms of being a nice guy. I'm not going to turn you into a jerk, but you are going to be a mischievous gentleman. If you want to know what that means, how to be that, drop me a DM. Or you can find me at grichard360.com. Or like I said, drop DM the Astound Yourself dating page. I'll respond to you. That's it, everybody. That is our show for this week. We will see you next time. We're typically now going to start doing the show every other week. So if you miss us, just drop us a line, comment on the shows we do have. We have lots of shows you can go back and watch. And
Oh yeah, the YouTube channel.
we can help
I'll
with in
post it next week.
between. You can just message us directly. We'll see you in a couple of weeks with another great episode of the Astound Yourself Dating Show. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night.